We're live! What's going on?
All right, everyone. We are here today. How's everyone doing?
It's been a long time coming, y'all.
You have no idea, and we're about to get started. Because we've been doing this for a long time and just haven't gone live. So here we go.
Are we able to see like people who are watching right now? Like, can we see or no? Or,
I mean, like, let's get there.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
Let's get there.
Y'all go ahead and hit that super chat.
Yeah, you need to explain to Cece what the super chat is.
Yeah, what is that?
We can't talk about it on live.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about it when we're done, though.
Okay.
All right, guys.
All the Go Selena!
All right. Let's talk about son husbands and how I think I may be dating one. But we'll get to that later on.
Oh,
okay.
We'll get to that later on. So, son husbands came to my attention by someone very intelligent. I didn't even really know what that meant, but I guess it's some type of emotional incest where the relationship between a mother and a son kind of is very blurry. Maybe not necessarily physically blurry, but emotional and mentally blurry, where the son acts in the manner that a significant other would or a partner would.
Yeah.
Protecting their mother emotionally, being there for them in a way that interferes, I think, personally with their life as they, mature and become an adult. So, so I want to talk about that because I feel like it's an issue, especially for someone who's trying to find an independent man who's not a son husband. So it's like basically dating someone that's already a husband to someone else, and you're trying to be with them, but they're in love with their mother in a weird way.
Like a really, 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 really strong mama's boy.
What brought you to that conclusion, though, Selena?
What, who I'm dating, maybe, or what?
Yeah.
So, what brought me to that conclusion is there was this lie that went on for a year, and when everything got said and done, it was the explanation I received was I had to lie to you to protect my mom.
What the fuck?
And for the life of me, I could not comprehend that because I'm like, your mom.
Protect your mom.
And what age is this?
Now?
No, I meant like what age? What age?
What age is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
About 30 something, right?
I think we're in his 30s now. He's probably in his 30s.
Oh, he grown. Okay.
Damn.
So, but to me, like I don't know if that's the extent of it. Like, I'm really still trying to understand what a son husband is. What is the emotional incest? I think there's levels to it. to me it was just a weird experience. And then you bring up the topic about a son husband incest because I'm like, who lies for their parents? Like, who cares if anyone likes their parents? Like, to me, that's just mind boggling. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
a lot of people in our community do care though,
When you
and
say our community, please elaborate. Because
Yeah.
far as
You.
like the black community, because
Oh, okay.
you think he's
when it
black?
when it comes to emotional incest, a lot of the contributing factors can be like a absent father, which we know that's more prevalent
Oh
in
yeah.
in our community sometimes. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that can be like one of the causes of that. So it could be like an absent father, just a lonely mother, overprotective mother. If she had family problems, or and then like cultural expectations too, because that's what they saw growing up too, and so they kind of like pass on the trauma to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but at what age, at what point do you be like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, we respected our parents. We grew up, we knew who they were, we respected them, we lived under their roofs. But at what point is it like, do you cut the ties? Like, dude, I'm not
Yeah.
like, my new relationship is when I don't have to lie to you to please my mother. Like, that's
I
just
can
mind
understand.
boggling.
yeah, a lot
Mind,
of people, they
I
don't
don't know.
understand that the family that you create is way more important than the family that you come from,
Thank
especially
you,
when
Rashawn.
the
Oh my
when the
God.
family when the family that you come from keeps pulling you, and it seems like they have this field force pulling you in in the wrong direction, and you have to be able to break away from that and create boundaries,
Oh my God.
even
That's
if
so
it
real.
upsets your parents,
Yes.
mother
Exactly.
or father.
Exactly. That literally reminds me of like a scene in Poetic Justice, the barbecue scene, and
Oh
where the
yeah,
aunties, it's what's the lady that does the poetry? Maya Angelou and
Maya
somebody else.
Angelou.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and they're looking at her friend, the people, the other, not Janet, but the other couple that's on the truck, and they were just, the aunties was just like, look at these young kids and how they dress and all this stuff. Man, it's the parents that's what's wrong with them. And then Maya Angelou steps in, like her character is just like, at some point you gotta stop blaming the parents.
yeah,
At some point, nigga, you grown. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, when you're in a relationship and you're committed in a relationship, at some point you need to know that like, I'm your family now. Like,
yeah,
this is your family now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm your family and this is what comes first. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, I mean, 30, because of your mom, man, forget your mom, bro. Like,
Well,
like,
but that's the thing, Cece, and I feel like everyone's raised different, and I'm a very big believer. Like, you gotta
yeah.
accept different households. Like, we're not all the same. I don't want to be the same like anyone else. Like, I'm glad everyone comes from different. Like, our family, I feel like, is a different dynamic than most families. I feel growing up with you, our family, that we're more accepting and more respectful of people's life and their choices. Where I've never
Mhm.
felt like I have to not tell my mom something. Yes, she's gonna have an opinion because that's just how she is. But like, I'm not gonna lie to her or lie to someone else on her behalf. Like, that's wild.
I know. That
yeah.
shit crazy because of my mom. Shit.
Yeah, especially after a certain, I think probably after the age of 21, like that umbilical cord should be being cut, man or woman, if you want to, have a successful family and have a successful life, especially after your parents are gone, because we are designed to bury our parents. So
Yeah.
your partner is going to be the person that has your back through life, through the second
Exactly.
half, you know what I mean, the ending of your life.
All
Yeah.
right.
And it's
So,
also like, the parents, because it's just like, I feel like trauma is hereditary. I mean, obviously, you know what I mean? That can like be passed down, just because, but it's just like, I feel like,
epigenetics.
yeah, yeah, but it's just like, you know what you doing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, it's like,
What?
you remember in Think Like a Man, where she was like, oh, it was the mama's boy, and
Oh
oh,
yeah.
it's not like the mama don't know. It's not like the
Well,
mama don't know, don't peep,
Mhm.
the peep what's
I
going
gotta
on. The
I gotta
mama,
push back.
exactly, and
No, he
it's
said he got to push back. CC, shush. Go ahead, Rashawn.
No, I'm
yeah, you
saying
gotta
I
push.
gotta push back because I think with emotional incest, a lot of times the mother doesn't know or the father doesn't know.
What do you
They're
Oh,
mean?
doing
Give me
they're
an
they
doing
example. Give me
know
an
and they
example.
enjoy that shit. They know and they
Give me an
love it.
example, Rashad,
Yeah. How do
please.
they
what
not know that their lines are blurred when it comes to them, their child?
because it was done to them a lot of the times.
I'm sorry. I completely disagree. Just because at the same time, there's a reason why you're treating your son that way. It's because you lack what's going on in your relationship. You know what I
But
mean? And if you didn't lack was if because in the movie, even like Think Like a Man, once she got a
Mhm.
man, she wasn't all up on him no more.
but did the guy, he didn't know though. He didn't know that his relationship with the mother was inappropriate.
Then
You're really
why
not
was he
gonna know
lying?
until you get
Why
therapy
did he
or someone
change?
tells you.
Why did he change his mom's phone number in his phone from mom to work? So his girl thought work was calling all the time. Why was he lying if he didn't know?
Well, I'm speaking on the mom, remember? I'm saying the
Oh,
mother.
so
She
you're
may
saying that?
not know that it's inappropriate. She's just thinking, I want what's best for my son, even though in the back of her mind, it's like nobody's ever good enough. Like, no, this one's too short. This one's too this one's too that. But she can't stomach the fact letting her son go, letting him be a man. Sometimes it's from their trauma from their childhood. And that's
I
why the
definitely
mom won't let
agree.
go.
I definitely agree, but it's just like I feel like they still know, they're still aware. But
All
yes, it
right,
hurts,
guys.
and they're still going through the same thing, and
Hmm.
they're still practicing it, but they're definitely aware of what they're doing. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like I truly feel that I like if they weren't aware what they were doing, yeah, they'll still be doing it, and they people no one's good enough for my son, or no one's good enough for that. Yeah, I get that, but that doesn't mean they don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that they don't know that every time Charlie come around, they always got an attitude, or they always all of a sudden need something to help out the house. You know what I'm saying? Or they can't do this, they can't do that. You know what I mean? Like it. I
Yeah.
don't. I
I
definitely
don't
think
mean to,
that they are aware.
I don't mean to cut you off, Cece, but Megan, someone just wrote, said most people don't realize until they have a partner who brings it to their attention.
Right. That's what I was saying. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
the mom may know, but the son, he's like he just think it's normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is some weird shit, and I'm trying to be respectful of it. So I don't know if you're lying to me, use your mom as an excuse, or there's incest. But let's move on. Rashad.
I mean,
No,
like,
sorry, Rashad. I don't
Well,
know if it's a lie or is son husband a good cover up. I don't know. Would you rather be a son husband or a liar?
I'd rather be a liar. I'm not trying to be no son
yeah, good
husband.
cover.
I'm a grown ass man out here.
That's what I'm saying.
Speak. The freaks, sweat the technique.
All right.
Sweat the technique.
Ooh, that shit goes
Don't sweat the technique.
fly. Oh,
That should go hard,
can
Cece.
we give a hand for CC's edits? Cause nephew, that look good. Where's the queen of when you need her? Okay,
Right?
that clean
Oh,
is stacking. It's sticking.
all right, Rashad. What we got for statistics? I'm sorry, Southside Rashad.
Yeah. So sorry.
How many families
Well,
do I have to date to figure this out? Or how many?
You said how many families do you have to
I
date?
feel like at this
Shoot.
point, like I'm, it's the family now. It's not just him.
like I was kind of researching like was it more prevalent in, I guess families of color, but I really couldn't find anything on that. It just kind of broke down like what causes it, and that's I kind of touched on it earlier. A lot of the things, it could be the mom never recovers after like a divorce or a separation. It could be like cultural expectations. It could be the mom's own childhood, if she hasn't healed, if she's just lonely, or the absent father. And how you know you're a son husband, this for the people who don't know, is if your parent overshares details of a romantic relationships with a child, or when a parent discusses marital troubles in detail with a child, or when a parent puts their own emotional needs before a child's emotional needs, when a child is being forced to give up age appropriate activities so they can be present for their parent, or when a
Mm.
parent is jealous of their child's friends or anything else that occupies the child's attention, or when a parent
Mm.
doesn't give the child privacy or their own space, or
Mm.
when a parent vents to a child about trouble at work.
Or their relationship.
So
Yeah, he
yeah,
touched.
I mean, just
Yeah,
any
or their
emotional
relationship.
need.
Mm.
Like the parent, the mother or the father, they need to find somebody their own age to, you know what I mean, to speak to those I mean, that a child has no business comforting their mother when it comes to their own life, to adult problems. A child needs to be, should be able to stay with a child.
I agree. Yeah, I
Hmm.
totally agree. Yeah. But I feel
So
like a lot of,
Wait, you guys are
as
breaking
far
up.
as
Can you hear
being,
me?
yeah, we can hear you, but you're frozen.
yeah, you frozen.
You frozen. That's a good pose though, like you getting a sun bath. That's, oh, she left. But hold on, she's coming back. You're back now.
Okay.
Okay, are there any stats
Are we back?
regarding single mothers and their son?
Are there any what?
Stats regarding single mothers and their son.
Yeah,
Like a single mother.
it doesn't give a specific number, but it says it's more prevalent among divorced mothers and mothers who've been abused as a child.
Mm. I just want to speak because, like, I'm raising a son. I have Sonny, and it's
Hmm.
mainly just been him and I. But I would
Yeah,
like to say I've raised some pretty selfish for the world. So he has no ties to me or feels obligated. I feel like something that you put your child in a position as far as, if you need that support, like, being home, it's just you two. If you're going through a struggle when it comes to work, like you tend to speak to the person that's there.
yeah,
Even if you can't maturely respond, they have a response. So it's like, okay, that communication. So you kind of rely on that. But you may not have that.
because
You
he's just a listening ear, and you're not
know?
realizing that could be damaging because he wants to help mom.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I don't feel that I'm raising a son husband, because I feel that he, as far as my life and my concerns, he doesn't have those. So selfish enough.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to keep those things separate because, like,
Yeah,
he only has 18 years to have no worries, and even if you're going through something, he doesn't
yeah,
necessarily need to know about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You got to call Queen or your sister or somebody.
I
You know what I mean?
know, but it's because like he's starting to date, I'm dating, so we're kind of, but we're not discussing the
Sonny starting
situation.
today?
Yeah, he's had like 3 girlfriends. It's a whole thing, but he's not allowed to date anymore.
Oh, wow.
No, see, because the girls at 12 are not how they used to be.
Yeah,
Dang.
they going after the boys now. The boys no
Yes, they're
longer
going after the
chase.
boys. They're going after the boys. The girls are
That's
going
a
after the
fact.
boys now. They're super aggressive. They want him in drama. You know what I mean? And so it's like I told him, Sonny, we're not doing that. Stay focused on school and soccer.
Mhm.
We're not doing that. But as I
Oh,
said,
that's
for me
sweet.
personally, I didn't realize like a son that dynamic when it came to a son husband, like the pressure you kind of put on your child when it's the only person you talk to. When it's him and I, like I talk to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't try to sugarcoat, but I also like don't explain to him about my adult problems, necessarily finances, relationships. When we expose them to that, then that gives them questions. And like you said, they tend to want to be close to the parent. They want to be able to help. They don't want their parents sad. So they try
yeah.
to overstep, potentially and be that figure for their parent. And then as they get older, that's always going to be that dynamic.
What do you think is a healthy age for him to start dating?
Mm.
Once he's graduated from high school.
Oh my
You know that's
goodness.
not realistic.
I know.
No,
You
okay,
sound
dating.
like
Yes, this is another topic: dating versus sex. Okay, this is a whole different topic.
Mm.
Dating versus sex. I don't mind him having like a little girlfriend right now. Hey, mommy, we want to go to the flag football game at school, but I don't think anyone can do that at any age. I feel like there's not a particular age, but like going out by yourselves, alone time. I would appreciate it very much if he could hold off as long as possible
But
after
you
he.
know that's something you can't control. You know, it's like if
We're
yeah.
he's
talking about a
allowed to
different
speak on the
topic.
phone with these girls or tech,
We're talking about a
nowadays
different
text.
topic.
I don't
Yeah,
think
you
it is, Selena. Let
Yeah,
Southside Rashad speak.
this is a
no,
different topic.
okay, y'all go ahead then. Go ahead. I ain't want to
It's
go off
not
topic.
a different
It is.
topic.
This has nothing to do with a son husband. Sonny is not going to be a son husband. We talking about son husbands, incest.
Okay, and but I also feel like there's certain steps to get to that, and there's certain
Right,
steps to
because
not for a son husband not to be a son husband.
because what if he's 16 and you still saying the same thing?
Period.
She froze down.
No, I would not. Okay, my thing is just be safe. Like it just takes one girl, one thing, and like if she's not a Topanga, I don't want her.
All right,
Topanga.
we get it. You don't want him to have a baby mama. We get it. Okay, we understand. But it's
No,
just
no, no.
like
Don't put that on my nephew. Don't put that on my nephew.
He's your cousin, but okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean?
the family tree. It's a little weird, you guys. I also wanted to say about the topic. I also wanted to say
Mm-hmm.
um, I think son husbands can also come from like relationships, like parents that are in an unhealthy relationship,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't necessarily mean that the father isn't there. He's just not man enough, or
No.
he's not taking care, or basically the woman can be wanting more, and she's not getting that effect from her husband. And it can also happen in a household where the man is present.
Yeah, but physically present, but obviously what you explain is he's not emotionally or
Yeah.
mentally present. You know what I mean? Like you
Well,
said, and it's not just sons too; it's daughters.
Oh yeah.
It's
mm-hmm.
daughters too. We take on especially if you're in a relationship where you're with your mom and you may not see like a dynamics that you want for her, so you try to protect her. You know what I mean? And so I've seen it, I've lived it, so it's like it can happen with your daughters. It's not
Yeah.
just a son thing.
Just like a personal experience too. Like that's something my mom used to do like heavy. Like when my parents were younger and they were going through like a lot of their ups and downs in their relationships, my mom, she would be like, you see what your dad did? And these women and this, you better not be like that. You know what I mean? It's like she would put that on me like, you can't do what you see your dad doing or stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it's like, I couldn't really understand that as a kid. I'm just like, I'm supposed to be like idolizing this dude and you telling me I cannot be like him because of this, and this. So
Yeah.
that was just my personal experience with that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I live like I definitely understand, you know what I mean? Because, you know, um, if you're not getting what you want from your partner in a household, and you see that your partner's attention is give your you give more attention to your kids than your partner, they're gonna feel some type of
Hmm.
way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I definitely understand that it goes both ways. It goes both ways in that aspect. And so it's just like, I mean, the only thing, I feel like, what can we talk about to like recover from that? Like a person, like someone who, okay, all right, I've been dating some chicks, I've been dating guys, and I feel like I keep on getting the same old thing that they're telling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a mama's boy or you're a daddy's girl. You know what I mean? Like you're too into it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, how do you recover from that? Can you only recover from that if your then now partner brings it to your attention,
Yeah,
But
or
admitting it is always going to be the first thing. No matter what problem it is, you have to admit you
exactly.
have the problem,
yeah.
and then you seek therapy.
You seek therapy, and then, like you said, admit first. You have to be informed of the problem, because, like you said, a lot of people are raised and
Right.
they don't see it as a problem. We may see it as a
Yeah.
problem, and they're thinking like, "That's my
Yeah, it's
mom.
a
Yeah,
She's what?
I'm gonna make sure she's straight. You know what I'm
Yeah, she's
saying?
straight." I
Like,
right.
got
Think
they
about
probably
the NFL moms. The sons, they just like, yo, my mom took me to
exactly.
football practice and this and they gotta buy her a five. Now you, cause your mom took you to football practice, and now you get a $50 million contract. Now you have to buy her a $5 million house, and she never has to work again. And then they literally feel indebted. Not they don't do this because they want to. I'm not saying in every situation, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying
get it. I
I've
get it.
researched enough. They feel indebted, and their mom will tell them, "You know what? I sacrificed for you. I worked a second job," and they're not understanding. Like you owe that to me. It's like I feel like I've had to tell my parents like on some type of situation like that. Like no, like you owe that to me. Whatever you did, I don't owe it back to you.
yeah, everyone's retirement plan looks a little bit different. So on
Right.
that note, let's go to CC Sierra time. But retirement plans are what is it? Package specific, person specific.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is. It
I
really.
smoke too much, feeling like an alien. I hit the dash and I'm gone. I don't give a fuck. Bitch, I got bond. Cash got spawn. Shorty off front. I'll pull up. Yeah, with Sparky. Carl need a car key. Right like
Right like a Harley. Shout out to Big Sage. Big Sage, Big Sage, Big
All
Sage.
right,
Big
CC.
Sage, once you hit the super chat, hit the super chat.
Hit this super chat, Big Sage. Big Sage, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot going on in the world, y'all. It's a lot going on. When I
Let's
tell
start
you,
with son husbands.
huh?
Let's start with son husbands. Are there any out there that are circulating right now with their moms?
Shit, I don't know. Cause shit, you got
You're
me
not
fucked
talking about
up.
Jaden Daniels, are you?
I'm talking about Sean Kingston. I feel like him and his mom had
Oh,
Oh,
matching
Sean
mugshot.
Kingston.
oh
Him and his
yeah.
mom, him and his mom had matching mugshot. You know what I mean?
That is crazy, you guys. So basically, what's going on with Sean Kingston, is that
Mm,
so him and his mom, and this was back in 2023 when it actually all started. But him and his mom was running a little scam. All right. We all know Sean Kingston from Them Two Beautiful Girls. In denial. I think that's about it, right? That's the only song.
No, he had other
I mean, he had a little song. He had a little
he had like
song.
maybe one other song in the 2000s, something like that.
Yeah, he had a little something. But basically, people. Well, basically, he's known. He's well known, and this is not the first time, but the most recent, not the first time that he's actually got into some mess with fraudulent stuff. But the most recent time is when him and his mom just got found guilty of a fraudulent little scam worth over $1 million. And
Mm,
basically, what they were doing was they'll reach out to social media people to purchase jewelry and merchandise and say that they were going to buy it from them. And then because he's Sean Kingston and he has this house, he would invite them to his house and to show him everything. And basically he would say, yeah, I'm going to wire that money to you. And the wire transfers just basically never came, but the merchandise was there. So
so
that's
you saying
basically what.
images control minds, then, huh?
Yeah, so that's basically what he did. And so him and his mom will help him out and everything like that. And they never got paid, and it was over $1 million worth of transactions, of fraudulent transactions. And so they're facing some time.
his mom's
They're
in jail right now. He's on house arrest.
Yeah.
But the mom locked up or what?
Yeah, she's locked up right now. Last time I searched, he was locked up and he's
You
in jail.
you
She's
taking
in
that
jail.
charge for your moms, Selena?
No, that's that's what I'm saying. Obviously, he's on house arrest. She's in jail. So maybe he got a better lawyer, or he could.
You never know how it might flip at the end, and he might take the rap
Yeah.
for it because he feel like he owe his
No, they're
mom. That's
trying.
his.
He can't. What are you taking a rap for? They're both guilty. Like at the
Yeah,
Oh, they
beginning,
because
both.
I
they
feel
took
like it
the rap.
really
They
wasn't
already
when
went
I
to
did the
trial.
research, it really wasn't like it really like I couldn't find. It's not like they had an interrogation room and I got to see how they were talking and all that stuff. So as far as like what was played and how it was played, I just know that both of them were involved. As far as like the back end of it, that is up for discussion, like but that does definitely could have happened. It's like, yo, you owe me, like, yo, let's do it. I mean, like,
He froze again, CC. I anyway, Rashad. Would you classify it as the son husband relationship? Like, I don't really know the dynamics when it comes to Sean Kingston and his mother, but like, out of everyone to do schemes with your son, like you didn't even try
Yeah,
to you tell your son no, like we're not doing this.
it
No,
reminds me of the dad and son that got killed that killed the rapper out there in L.A. at the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. He went on that hit with his son when they robbed the dude for his chain. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
Yeah, he went on that hit with his son. It was the father was like maybe 39 years old, and the son was like 17, and they committed a murder together trying to get a dude's chain out of a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. It's like I you know what I mean, anybody's trying to keep their kids away from trouble, and for you to turn your kids
exactly,
on to trouble is straight crazy.
exactly. Is that a son husband relationship, or is that just like
Yeah,
I don't know, is that
it's
even a son husband relationship, or it's like, mom, we got to get this money, and that's your partner in crime? Is that a son husband relationship?
I just think they had parents that were psychopaths. At least the murder, the dude that committed the murder with his son, like that's just straight psychotic. You know what I mean? But Sean Kingston and his mom, yeah, it's just I'm sure there's some inappropriate things going on in there. Not saying physically, but I
Yeah,
don't know if their relationship is right. What I mean, to end up in a situation like that, because if you had a healthy relationship with your mom, you just not. I don't even curse in front of my mother, let alone commit a crime.
exactly. Mom, we going out here to rob? We good?
Right. You know what I mean? Like I don't even feel
Let's
comfortable talking on certain
go.
subjects with my mom.
Oh,
that
what if?
part makes a really
What
good
if?
movie
What if
though.
I know. What if taboo is sex, but running schemes and robbery is okay to discuss?
That-
I don't want to hear about your sex life, but we can talk about robbing millions of people and
Let's go
taking
get
the.
these niggas. Ah!
But I don't want to hear about your sex life. Like that's wild. That's wild. You know what I mean?
Super,
yeah,
super,
Yeah.
super.
all that
All
shit
right. What
sound
else?
crazy.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So
What are
Mariah Carey and Anderson .Paak are dating. I think that's super
you?
cute.
Who's
Mariah
Anderson Pack?
Carey. You guys don't know who Anderson .Paak
I do. I do. I'm trying to put his face. I know his name.
is? Okay,
Give me his face.
okay. He's part of Silk Sonic with Bruno Mars. He's the other guy.
Oh, that
That's
dude.
Anderson .Paak.
Ah, that is cute. I do like that a lot.
Yes, I think they're cute. I kind of like that. They're cute. They're cute together.
Do
They're cute
you?
together. I feel like that they are, especially these older women like Sheer dating the her 30-year-old guy. Like they are doing it. You know what I'm saying? They look good. They're fresh. They look happy. Um um yeah. So as far as summer, the Millennial Tour is going on right now.
Mm.
Bootsy, Bow Wow, Trey Songs out there. They're living
Did
it
y'all see the
up.
video about where what's the Ray J was sniffing the girl's panties?
Yes. Did. Yeah. That is some crazy stuff. Crazy
Yeah.
stuff. And then and I thought, and someone
And
I
he's
was
like,
speaking to a Gen Z today, and they were just like, "Oh, you mean like Sierra or whatever?" And Sierra is not on the Millennial Tour, but I think she definitely should be, which is crazy because Bow Wow just did an interview with Camp, I forgot his name, but he just did an interview, and basically he was just like, yeah, like Sierra, she's super talented, she should definitely be on the Millennial Tour, because you know they used to date back in the day.
Yeah, but she has a
um
husband. That's probably why she's not there.
yeah, shout
I
out
mean,
to Sierra too. She Riverdale family, definitely.
yeah,
Oh,
but
big stage.
and RIP to young Scooter. He died on his birthday, y'all. That shit is
Oh
crazy.
my
Damn. How
God.
old was he?
Huh?
How old
He
was
was
he?
turning 39, right? He was turning 39 years old. He died on his birthday.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine? Like, crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
Scooter is definitely an Atlanta goat, man.
yeah, yeah. So
Rest in
RIP
peace.
him. Rest in peace, rest in peace. But that's what's going on. And what's
There's some
happening in your neck
shooters
of
in
the
this house.
woods?
All right, guys. On to the next. You guys ready to play a game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You said no?
I said yes.
I need more. No.
I don't care anymore what anybody gotta say. I'ma do me.
I'ma do me.
All right, guys. We're gonna argue today. So I want to know: is it okay for you to break up with a man if he is a stun husband, or stick it out with him and try to directly explain this to him and his mother?
Fuck that nigga.
You don't. If you speaking on you don't have time for that. Especially, I mean, do you want
Yeah,
like
I don't think I have time with Sean. I'm still.
She's like, wait a minute, I got some time in my schedule. I got time on Wednesday.
you got you got time to change this nigga? Like you
It's
got
not
that
Exactly.
kind of
even
time?
okay. First off, that's what I mean. It's not even about changing someone, Rashad. It's like the
Hmm.
simple fact is, okay, like you said, they may not know the dynamics of what they're in or their situation until it's come to light, right? And I'm still where it's like, okay, now that you know, what you gonna do about it? Now, if you're gonna continue it and not make any changes, then yes, you're
Have
right.
you brought it to his attention yet?
It's live, right?
Oh,
This
he's what?
nigga
Oh,
is
he's.
dumb.
This is how he's becoming abreast of the situation.
Hey, Rashad, you like, hey, you check out my episode? You check out my
Okay.
episode?
Live, right? I don't feel like remember, Rashad, you was like, you can't come to someone and be like, you was her husband. So I feel like this is a good segue.
Oh my god, yo. Nephew.
Yo,
Nephew.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless right now.
But like, what I mean is like time, and like I said, I'm still conflicted on if I'm being lied to or if it's a son husband. So stay tuned.
I feel like
I
go
don't.
with your gut. I feel like go with your gut. What did Medea say? If someone shows you who they are, believe them. And sometimes it takes, especially me. I can admit it takes me about 62 to 83 times for you to show me, and then I will believe you. But after that 80 on the 84th time, bruh, I'm
Say
good.
he said I can't raise a man. He already grown. What you gonna do?
That's what I'm saying. You don't have that kind of time. You taking it the wrong way. You don't have that kind of time.
Yeah.
And I like, how old are you now, CC?
He said, "CC."
I'm saying you part of the
Yeah, she go ahead, throw
part of
it up.
that. Yeah, once a woman make it to their 30s, like I'm not saying you old or no shit like that. But I'm
Okay,
saying
so don't say
you
that
don't
then, nephew.
I ain't saying nothing like that, but I'm saying like you don't have time to build a
Yeah.
bear and shit like that. Like you
Build
gotta.
a bear.
Damn. I
I
gotta use
totally
that, not
agree.
build a bear.
I totally agree. You're absolutely right. So we'll see after this episode is aired.
it's just really hard. Like once you like, I guess also like when you at a certain point, you're just like, okay, I don't want to deal with this part, but I want to make sure, all right, this is good, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? As far as relationship goes, this is good. I don't want to have to worry about that no more. You know what I mean? And I think it's just like that's where it's like the question, like, should I stick it out or should I just you know what I mean? Like, should I stick it out or and try to be, you know, try to figure it out, or should I just like, you know what? Maybe there's someone else, but shit, that's deep.
Yeah. Y'all like and comment and hit that super chat.
All right, guys, we about to wrap it up. We are missing our freaking bitch queen, but we gonna
Yes.
do her segment together, y'all. We about to get some cutthroat therapy together.
Somebody calling in? Somebody calling in?
We about to get some cutthroat therapy. You said somebody's calling in, Rashad?
No, I was asking. Somebody gonna call in and get that cutthroat therapy?
Yeah, I just called.
Girl, we clean it up.
Yeah, we knocking and punching and ready to fight. It's going up, it's going up. If you pop by,
Oh, there you go.
All right, that's what I'm saying. So cutthroat therapy, who can do it best like Queen? Because she not here. So I'm gonna do my best. I don't think I'm right for this job. I'm like the nice friend.
We gotta all
yeah, we gotta bitch, what the fuck? You ain't got no, not that. That's not her. That's not her. That's not her. What you gonna do? What you wanna do? That's not it.
I don't know. Let's keep trying.
No, but for a Queen with this time, Selena, what you want to do? Like, that's up to you. I'm gonna follow you any way you want to go. If you think that you can work it out, there must be maybe some good qualities that you may see. But ultimately, like, you have to decide what's right for you. And if that's what you want to do, work on this in the relationship. If you care, stay there, and time will tell.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's the same thing. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know what I mean? We can all give advice. I think we're really all on the same page as what we think it should happen and what we should do. You know what I'm saying? But it's really all up to you. It's up to you. You know what I mean? It's like, there's always gonna be that one advice. You know what I'm saying? We'll just and then and sometimes it don't. But like, shoot, you know what we want.
Exactly.
Stay
all right,
tuned.
guys. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens next. But yeah, that was great. Thanks for joining. Shout out to Megan and Big
Episode 1 in the works.
Yes, we'll see you guys on Sunday. Stay tuned.
Peace out.
All right, y'all.
All right.